Here is Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
All right. Welcome to the Gridiron, baby. If you give this video a thumbs up and maybe share this video, that would be absolutely freaking awesome. If you subscribe to my channel, thank you. If not, please come down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way next time I go live or if I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge, baby. What do you got to lose? But I'll subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Top link in the description box takes you to my membership page. If you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. I got 3 different membership levels. Each one has their own little perks to them. So if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much. And I thank you in advance. Thank you. And also, just a little ways down in the description box, there's a link. It takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. We have over 9,400 members in the group. It's growing daily. Basically, if I'm alive and breathing and if I have internet access, I'm putting stuff in this group darn near 365. It's called the New York Giants of Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Please join it. You will not be dissatisfied. I promise. All right, more good news. Hey, another day, another good set of bunch of news for the New York Football Giants. It just kind of goes hand in hand. Just destructive, unbelievably debilitating news, and the New York Giants just like hand in hand. How you doing, buddy? Right, we're ready here to ruin your season. Absolutely freaking unbelievable. I mean, it seems like it's heading that way anyway. That Andrew Thomas's season is going to be over. I think it was like in North Carolina or South Carolina or something like. He was getting like a got a couple articles here. News getting talking to a doctor and all and everything, but I mean, he's got to get surgery or something on his foot. It's like another year lost because of any. I mean, you can't. It is what it is with it, but I mean, I don't know what I mean, Evan Neal's a walking injury. He sucks, and he's a walking injury waiting to happen. And then Andrew Thomas, I mean, he had the hamstring last year. This year, he plays 6 games. That might be it for the season for him. And, of course, what was it? Was it 2020? Well, 2022, 2021. He entered the 2021 season as the starting left tackle. He suffered an ankle injury in week 6 and was placed on the injury reserve on October 19th. On November 22nd, Thomas was activated from injury reserve. The same day Thomas scored his first touchdown. That was the Buccaneer debacle. Of course, we got blown out on that one. Just absolutely, totally embarrassed in that game. Prime time, right, against the Buccaneers. But Thomas scored a touchdown. I think that was the only touchdown the Giants scored because they blow. 2-yard reception against the Buccaneers. And after the season was over with, in February, Thomas underwent surgery to repair some left ankle, the same left ankle he had injured earlier in the season. So he's had a hamstring, he has had an ankle, now he has a foot problem. So it's just, I don't know. And then, also then you go to, obviously, Evan, that kind of seems like what, the stuff I'm reading. I mean, I didn't pick the phone up and talk to Joe Shane. Brian Dable didn't call me on the phone. So, but just the stuff you're seeing, even like on Big Blue Kickoff Live, like John Schmeldt was kind of thinking that maybe they're going to keep Eluemunor at the right side. It's not like swapping guy, this, that, seems like maybe Zudu might be getting started at left tackle, and he'll keep Eluemunor at right tackle. That way you keep the familiarity there, right? You got Runyon, you got Michael Schmidt, you got Van Roten, and you got Eluemunor. So you got 4 guys staying at their original spots, right? And you got a Zudu in there. So we'll have to wait and see what kind of magic Carmen Basilia can work with Joshua Zudu. So the Eagles are not quite the same unit that they were a couple of years ago when they went to the Super Bowl and had like 842 sacks. So not quite the same. But I mean, Zudu in the past has been a liability, and just the way he's been in the past, it doesn't seem like sometimes he needs, he, he doesn't have to go up against Reggie White to give up sacks. So he can give up sacks pretty much against about anybody. So we'll have to wait and see, what Carmen Brasilia can do. Can he work some magic here? Obviously, if we can get Malik back, right, with his special, the Eagles defense is nothing super special to write home about. They got some young guys in the secondary, and I'm sure Malik can take advantage of that now. Sure. Do we line up a tight end on a Zudu side 99% of the time? And if it's a pass, the tight end goes in, chips, and runs a route. Do we keep somebody in? Keep it back in, take our best blocking back, or what? Or do we put Manhurts on over there? So we got a Zudu and Manhurts blocking, whatever. You know what I mean? So maybe you take one guy out of the route, but you keep somebody else in to help, because Daniel Jones, he needs to be, relatively upright, as we see. Is if you start flustering him and all and everything, it's certainly takes Daniel Jones off his game. So obviously there are ways. I mean, you can obviously try to run the ball as well too. So let's see if we can maybe get the running game going. But it looks like as of right now, it's not looking real good for Andrew Thomas. Doesn't seem like it's going to be. Well, just take a week off and you should be okay. He's got a problem. This is the third year out of 4 he's had a problem. 21, 23, 24. Unbelievable. Let's see what we got here. Giants fear significant Andrew Thomas foot injury and potential crushing development. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Giants had to play the past 2 games without Malik Neighbors, their rookie sensation. Now they will have to play without perhaps the most indispensable player, as left tackle Andrew Thomas is expected to miss time dealing with a foot injury. Thomas hurt his foot during a 16-play touchdown drive in the third quarter of Sunday night's 17-7 loss to the Bengals in MetLife Stadium. He did not sound optimistic afterwards, saying he needed an MRI to determine the extent of the damage. It is believed this could be a significant injury whenever the foot is involved. The fear is it could be a Liz Frank injury, an injury to the bones or ligaments, or both in the middle part of the foot. There's often damage to the cartilage in a Liz Frank joint injury. Surgery is sometimes required, and if not, wearing a boot for several weeks or months is often the required therapy. So, if surgery is not required, it looks like we're looking at least a month. He's certainly going on IR. Can he be back in whatever? Is it going to be several months? By that time, our season will probably be over with. Or if you add another, so what are we at? With 6 games, you figure a couple months. You figure he misses. Well, we got the buy in there. So if you got 7 weeks, you got the 8 weeks. Just say if it's a couple months. Yeah, but let's see here. As often the required therapy. Thomas conferred with the Giants medical staff and is also seeking second opinions from outside medical sources. He was in Charlotte on Tuesday, meeting with Dr. Robert Anderson, a foot specialist, according to NFL Network. It is believed that one of those options being disclosed is surgery. Yeah. Excuse me. This is a major blow to the Giants. Yep. The most stable position group on the field in their 2-4 start to the season was the offensive line. Well, I mean, they did well. They did well. I mean, you can also look at, I guess I also mean like stable meaning also like well, play their all games together, right? And they're getting the cohesion together, which is very, very important. But it's kind of one. I wonder if that's exactly when he heard it. And did he heard it then in the third quarter, or was it? Let's see what else we got here. This will be a major blow to the Giants, the most stable position, right? This was the offensive line, as all 5 starters played 100% of the snaps in the first 6 games, which is huge, huge. Thomas, by his lofty standards, was not having his finest season. No, he wasn't. But he is top tier left tackle, and the Giants do not have anyone remotely capable of playing at his level on the roster. So the likely move for Sunday's game against the Eagles would be install Joshua Zudu into Thomas's spot. So, as I said, we're going to have to wait and see if Brasilia can work some magic with the Zudu. 2-4 Giants haven't had much to smile about. Shocking in the 2024 season. Besides their NFL best pass rush, 26 sacks. Well, I mean, we got a defense. A lot to smile about there. Let me tell you what, a lot to smile about. The thing is, what I have to say is, I think Pinnock can go elsewhere after this season. McCann, Isaiah Simmons. I don't know if he's going to want to come back. I mean, especially, the thing is, it's like they were talking to Bowen. And it's like, what do you think about, like in the beginning, it was on the show. Right? They were talking to him and said, what do you think about Isaiah? Said, he'd be the money backer. Oh, yeah, play a significant role. Yeah, significant role what? On special teams? I mean, it was on Hard Knocks. They were talking about, if we what do you think? I think it was somewhere along the line. Like, what do you think if we bring back Simmons? Oh man, was like, whew, man. Oh, big time. Yeah, he'd be like the money backer. Absolutely. Maybe playing the slot. He was talking about, first and second down to be the money backer on third down. It's not sound like he wouldn't even come off the field. First and second down, cornerback maybe. Money back on third down, fourth down, special teams. Just keep him on the field. Yeah, 60-minute man. It sounded like that. It's like, I don't know. It's like he's on the field for like 10 snaps. So I don't even know if Simmons is going to even want to come back. But hopefully, hopefully if we can get Pinnock back, hopefully, if we don't bring Daniel Jones back, we'll save a little bit of money. We'll have some money to bring some of these guys back. So, if Pinnock, going to want to go get paid, hopefully we'll have some money to bring them back. I mean, for the most part, we'll have Nacho. We should have DJ Davidson, Jordan Riley. We have Dexter. We have Brian Burns. We got Kayvon. Oh, I forgot the other one, Aziz. Say this is why you want to have your third edge rusher. Now the thing is, the problem is that you don't want to have a $30 million edge rusher, another $30 million edge rusher, and another $30 million. Yeah, that's a problem. But can we bring Aziz back? Obviously, we're not asking. Take a team friendly deal. But what's he going to get on the open market? I mean, he looked pretty good, against the Bengals. So can we bring him back? So, but I mean, for the most part, and hopefully, you can maybe add a tackle or something or another cornerback early on in the draft. We'll have to wait and see. We either need to get a quarterback or we need to get a threat early on offense. So, I mean, first round or second round, you got to, obviously you got to get either a quarterback or a receiving tight end or another real good receiver. We gotta up the game. We just can't just. We got Slate. We got Rob. We need to keep up in this SHI. You know what? We gotta up the game. Keep getting studs, right? So apparently, it seems like Hyatt's. I mean, it's trying, but Hyatt. We need studs. Apparently, Hyatt just might turn out to be a dud. So, but we need to up our weapons big time, because it's like, you can't go from Malik Neighbors and everybody. If Malik gets injured, now we gotta up our game. So, but the defense is young and very exciting, and if we. As I said, we can maybe, if McCann goes, we can certainly add a cornerback in free agency. We're not looking to pick up a Deion Sanders, somebody we got to pay $20 million to, but you can pick up a decent cornerback if you want to add some depth. If we don't get McCann back, or if we don't bring a Dory Jackson back, right? Yeah, you can certainly draft a cornerback in the third round, right? Where I said you get somebody in free agency. So a lot of the guys we're losing that we might lose on defense are replaceable. I wouldn't want to lose Pinnock. I would try to see if we can bring him back. And, it would be nice if we can bring Azeez Ojulari back. Because, if you can have 3 edge rushers, that would be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But let's see. Now they will likely no longer have Thomas. He is dealing with a foot injury that could require surgery, which would probably end his 2024 campaign. 2022 second team All-Pro and 4th overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft is reportedly meeting with foot expert Robert Anderson. Should Thomas go down for the rest of the season, New York could turn to its 7th overall pick, Evan Neal. The 24-year-old started all 13 games in 2022 as a rookie at right tackle, and he started all 7 games he played in 2023 before suffering a season-ending ankle injury. Neal has been relegated to backup status to start the 2024 season, with the Giants signing Jermaine Eluemunor. I mean, it's just Neal ranked 84th. Now, once again, it's the player and it's coaching. Coaching is huge, absolutely huge. Okay, but Neal ranked 84th, and this is with Bobby Johnson. Right, at 85 qualifying tackles in Pro Football Focus grading system in 2023, after surrendering 20 quarterback pressures and only 309 pass blocking snaps. That was after a rookie year in which he ranked 86th out of 89 tackles, after allowing 52 quarterback pressures on 534 pass blocking snaps. So basically, his rookie season, out of every one time he dropped back, there was a pass, he allowed a pressure. Giants offense, a morbid group that scored its first touchdown in home game started by quarterback Daniel Jones in 651 days. Since January 1st, 2023. 651 days. It was their first touchdown at home when Daniel Jones. Just unbelievable. Absolutely pathetic. So, unfortunately, it's, even if worse comes to absolute worse, he's going to be missing some time. I mean, let's see here. I'm trying to see when his, because you'd have to miss at least 4 games, not 4 weeks. Let's see here. New York Giants schedule. But But our bye is a few weeks away. So he got injured. And then his first week would be against the Eagles, week 1. Week 2 would be against the Steelers. Got something in my eyeball. The week 3 would be against the Commanders. Week 4 would be in Germany against the Panthers. Then we'd have our bye week. So he could make it back in time for the Buccaneers. That would be 6 weeks. So is that enough? Would 6 weeks be enough? I mean, he missed 4 games. Right. But I mean, unfortunately, by that time, if we're 2-4 now, we could be 3-7. We could be 2-8. Of course, he's going to want to come back and try to play and all that. Right? But the thing is that if he winds up resting it up, which would be cool. But I mean, if he comes back and it still just starts flaring up, it's just like just shut him down and just right. If you have to shut him down, you get a Zudu in there. Maybe you try to get Neal in there and see if you get those guys some valuable snaps, because you want to see what can Neal do. Right, this is his 3rd season. I mean, obviously, you're not picking up his 5th-year option. That ain't happening. Right, what you want to do is see, is he somebody we might want to, maybe try to re-sign, after his 4 years is up, or at least offer him a contract. So, I mean, you want to see, at least with the new coach and Carmen Brasilia in there, can he do anything with this guy? Or is he just a total waste? Or, I can't even talk. I don't know what the problem is. I mean, obviously, they know 300 trillion times more than I know, and they're ever going to know, right? That I'm ever going to know. I don't know if it's like, nope. He's playing tackle. No. He's going to play tackle. You can't make us change in the guard. I don't know what I don't. I mean, maybe. Once again, that's why Carmen Brasilia is he's the coach and this and that and everything. Maybe he sees something there that maybe works on this or works on that. Maybe he can be a functional offensive tackle. So maybe instead of like, Evan, well, you did this, and then we're going to put you at center. We're going to move you. We're going to have you punt for a couple plays. We'll put you at a wide receiver, and we'll put you in a guard. We'll just keep rotating. I mean, so maybe what they're doing, maybe what they're thinking is like, just concentrate on tackle. Concentrate. That's all we want you to work. Just concentrate on tackle. That's fill your mind with tackle, right? And maybe that's what it is. Why they don't think they can maybe, at least try to slide him in the guard, at least cross-train him. I mean, they got a lot of these other guys. You got the backups, right? If you're on the bench and you're backup, it's not like, I'm just a backup left guard. That's all I have. So if Runyon gets hurt, I can run in there. I can take. No, those guys, they rotate. If you're backup, chances are you're backup at multiple positions. So I don't know why is this Evan Neal. No, he's just the right tackle. That's So the only thing I can think of is maybe they see something there, and it's like, dude, just worry about the right. Well, let's ride the season out here. Let's right tackle, and then we'll work. We'll see what's going on next year. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know why they're not. Of course they thought about it and all that, but it doesn't seem like anything's coming about as far as maybe just slide him in the guard. But it is what it is. So, sorry, buddy. But but I mean, if somebody else gets hurt, Evan Neal might have to go out there. So we'll have to wait and see. But it'd be very interesting to see if at least Carmen Brasilia could work some magic with a Zudu. Right. All right. Let's go to the team grades, the Giant team grades after our Week 6 loss to the Bengals. Oh, yeah. What does PFF have in store here? What does PFF have the Giants at? Usually the Giants don't get any love from PFF. And our pass rushing grade's pretty good, as well it should. We lead the league in sacks. So let's see here. Where are we at here? I got to get, oh, there we go. All right, let's share the screen. There we go. All right. All right, all right, all right. Okay, let's see. Overall grade, Lions, after they totally just dismantled the Cowgirls, lead the way. They're at 90.6. The Ravens are at 90. 49ers are 89.6. And the Steelers. Somehow the Falcons. Wow. The Texans. Wow, look at that. Even the Chiefs. All right, the Giants. Let's see, the Giants' overall team grade should be rather low. Number 22, 69.4. Somehow we grade out even higher than the Bills. The Bills are 4-2. We're 2-4, and we grade out even higher than the Bills do. So go figure. All right, offensive grades. Who's number one? The Ravens, 86.3. It's hard to beat Lamar Jackson. Let me tell you what. I mean, him and Henry back there, that running combo is just absolutely unbelievable. It's an absolute freaking nightmare. Absolute freaking nightmare, those two guys. All right, the Giants' offensive grade is number 24. There you go. 64.6. Passing grade. The Bengals, there you go. And, I'll tell you what, man. Once again, we did very, very well. Very, very, very well. We held them to 17 points. 58 minutes into the game, they had scored 10 points. And the only touchdown they scored was on that quarterback run, 47 yards for the touchdown. And where, all of our guys in the secondary went to the one side of the field. The guys who were trying to, like Simmons, I think was supposed to be the spy. He got caught up and he couldn't. After Burrow broke out, he couldn't catch him. Right. So, but as good as relatively as good as the Bengals offense is, they got two number one receivers. They got Higgins and they got Chase. Right. We held them for 58 minutes to 10 points. Yeah. Fantastic. And the passing rate is 87.3. And the Giants, let's see. Hello. The Giants are number 19, 61.7. Pass blocking. Packers, 81.4. Very nice. Very nice. The Giants are number 16, 68.8. Receiving grade. 49ers. I mean, with Ayuk and Deebo Samuel and Skittleman and Jennings. I mean, they got some guys. They don't even have McCaffrey in there, right? But they're number one. 81.8 is their receiving grade. The Giants are number 25. 64.8. Running grade. The Seahawks. 90.5. And the Giants are probably relatively low. Where are the Giants at here? Number 27, 66.5. Run blocking. This is where the Giants be a little weak, right? 81.2. Giants are a better pass blocker than they are run blockers. Giants run blocking is number 24, 56.4. But it's better than it was last year, the run blocking and the pass blocking. Defensive grade, the Lions, 84.3. The Giants, number 10. There you go, 71.1. You can't complain, guys. You can't complain about the defense. I mean, they've had a couple lapses, this, that, and the other thing and all, but I'll tell you what, you can't complain about the defense, especially in the secondary. You're going to get we got some young guys back. You got a new system. We got some young guys back there learning the new system. New guys, young guys playing with each other for the first time and all that. And it's just, it's going to be some hiccups. But I tell you what, you can't complain. You can't complain at all about the defense. Giant defense, number 10. Fantastic. Run defense. Ravens 84.8. Now, this is where the Giants, could use a little help here. 17, right? 62.7. I would love to see him get a defensive tackle next year's draft early on, first or second round. Put a stud next to Sexy Dexy. That would be fantastic. I mean, could you imagine we had another, somebody, a real force in the defensive front next to Sexy, and then you got Burns and Kayvon. Man, that would be a nice foursome right there. And you got Okereke and McFadden behind them. Wow, that would be nice. Really, really nice. And you look at McFadden, right? You look at McFadden. I mean, McFadden was a fifth-round pick, so it doesn't mean you got to draft a linebacker in the third round, in the second round to get a real good, decent ball player. Now, McFadden was, as of right now, is looking like a real steal, especially in the fifth round. All right, tackling. The Ravens, 73.6. The Giants, number 12. They've gotten better, but 56. They still got to get better, though. Pass rush. Of course, the Lions are number 1, 87.1. The Giants are number 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 8, 73.3. Now the fact that they lost Hutchinson, the Lions, that instead of being 87.1, you're probably going to start noticing their numbers are going to start dipping a little bit because Hutchinson's not there anymore. That's a shame. It really is a shame. Coverage grade. The Bears are number 1, 86.9. Look out for those Bears, baby. I'll tell you what. And the Giants are number 15. Not bad, 66.7. All those young guys back there. And we're number 15. Not bad. We're not paying anybody $20 million a year. Right? So, and special teams. Patriots, number 1. Wow. And they're 1-5. The Giants are number 7, 89.6. I that's the one thing. It's just kind of like, how? Whoop, there we go. It's just, the field goal kicking's been like a debacle. I don't know how we graded out so high. I mean, there was a debacle against the Commanders. We had the one field goal. If Joseph kicks it against the Browns late in the game, we have a 2-score lead. That would have sealed the deal, but it really, really would have helped the Giants big time against the Browns. But it kept us to a 1-score lead, I think it was. And he missed a field goal, missed 2 field goals there. So I don't know how we got a backup kicker in there. We got a backup punter in there, and somehow we're, we got rid of T-Mac, but, we're doing good. Special teams are doing good. So. All right, so let's go to the offensive grades. What does PFF have to say about the Giants' offensive grades as it pertains to the Bengal game here? Let's see what we got here. Offensive, where are we at here? There we go. All right, let's share the screen. Okay, now. Andrew Thomas. I think he gave up 2 sacks too. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand some of this. It's not, it's like he gave up a sack or 2. I think I thought he gave up like 2 sacks. I don't know. How pass block rates of 70. I don't know. But he was number 1, 73.8. Greg Van Roten, 73.1. Tyron Tracy, 68.3. Darius Slayton is in there for, what do we have? Wow. Didn't realize that. It's just simply amazing. We scored 7 points. We had the ball for almost 80 snaps. Almost 80 snaps. That's a lot of snaps. And we scored 7 points. Unbelievable. But Tracy was in there for 66 out of the 79. Slate was in there for 68 out of the 79. Slate 67.9. Very good. Bellinger was in there for 14 snaps. He graded out a 64.2. Jermaine Eluemunor, all 79 snaps. He graded at 62.4. Chris Mainhertz, 19 snaps, 60.3. Joshua Zudo was in there for just one snap. Wandale Robinson, 64 snaps, 56.9. Isaiah Hodgins was in there for 15 snaps, 56.2. John Runyon was in there for all 79 snaps at left guard, 55.8. Daniel Jones, of course, he was in there obviously for all 79 snaps, 54.5. John Michael Schmitz at center, 53.8. Theo Johnson, he played almost the whole game. Look at that, 70 snaps. He graded out at 53. His pass blocking was very good, 78.5. Yeah, very good. Jalen Hyatt, let's see, he was in there for 64 snaps, 52.6. And Eric Gray was in there for 14 snaps, 51.4. So, I mean, it's like nobody actually really graded out like in the 20s or the 30s or even in the 40s. But it's just, yeah. But nobody graded out super duper high either. Nobody graded out in the 80s or the 90s, and nobody even hit 74. So we went from 51 to 73, which is just I don't know, just a bit odd. A bit odd. Usually, I mean, a lot of times you get like with the anything. Yeah, I mean, even on the defense, you get somebody who did like 80 something, and then you get somebody who grades out like in the 30s, or somebody, one or two guys that didn't really do too well. But I mean, offensive phrase, the lowest guy was like a 51, which is not super spectacular. Usually, you get around at least 60, but in the 50s, it's But the high and Andrew Thomas was a 73.8. So that was the highest we had. So we had nobody super spectacular. But we had the ball almost, we had over 34 minutes. We had almost 80 snaps. 7 points. It's just I don't know. It's like every time we lose, it's like, how did we lose this one? We lost because we didn't have a kicker. Then we lost against the Cowboys because we couldn't get in the red zone. And here we just kept shooting ourselves in the foot, missing field goals. We got down to the 14-yard line, first down. It's you got to have that awareness. With Daniel Jones, sometimes you kind of wonder. He's got a guy running right at him. It's like, it's first situational awareness. You're at the 14-yard line. You have to, I mean, you can't guarantee a field goal. That you can't do, because you're not kicking a field goal. And the way Joseph was kicking last night, who the heck knows if he would have made it. But I mean, also this too. If he would have kicked the first one early on, maybe he would have gave him some confidence, and maybe he wouldn't have missed the second one. Or maybe he gets some early confidence. Who knows, right? But it's a situational awareness. First down. Even if he, right? And when you see Hill come running, because you knew Hill had this game circled on his calendar. Oh, yeah? You want to trade me? Yeah. You don't want me anymore? Okay, I'll show you. Oh, yeah, he played the game of his life last night. Absolutely. But, I mean, the thing is that if you see Hill running at you, if you're thinking, well, I probably can't get away or this or that, maybe taking it or something, right? Just go down, have Hill come touch you down, take a sack. Take a sack back to the 20-yard line. Throw the ball at the ground. Take a 10-yard, loss it down, intentional grounding penalty. All right, now it's second down. Now you're still, I guess it's a spot foul. I think it is. Intentional grounding. Well, let me see. Let's take a look here. Intentional grounding. No grounding, because it's like, it's There's an imminent loss. Let's see. Intentional grounding. Let's see. Pass was outside of the. Yeah, I'll leave the. Intentional grounding. Loss of down at 10 yards from the previous spot. Okay, loss of down at the spot of the foul. Okay, or if Basser is in the end zone when the ball is thrown, it's a safety. Okay, so it would be 10 yards from the previous spot because it's not because if he threw, I guess, intentional grounding 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage, I guess it would be back there. I guess that's the worst. But but it would have been if he threw intentional grounding, would have been a loss of down. So would have gave it second down. It would have been at the 24-yard line. I guess just from reading that, right? So we're going back from the 14 to 24. Would have been like maybe a 41, 42-yard field goal, but that would have brought up second down. If you can pick up 5, 6, 7, 8 yards or whatever in the next two plays, now you're bringing it into a 30-something yard field goal. A little more manageable. But he just doesn't. And you got to get points there. I just did not do a good job of it. All right, well, let's go to the defensive side of the ball. I got a couple primetime players here for their defensive grades. They did pretty good here. Absolutely, they did pretty good. All right, let's see here. Where is offensive? There we go. All right, let's share the screen here. Okay. So we got a couple guys, 2 guys in the 80s. Well, of course, Patrick Johnson only played in 4 snaps. I mean, I'm not sure how Azeez Ojulari got a 62 in the pass rush. He had 6 total pressures. He had 2 sacks. He had 4 hurries, and they graded him at a 62.1. I'm a little lost on that one there. Really lost on that one. But Burnsy had a great game. I mean, and he's bad. Dude's banged up. Played a great game, and he's really banged up. He 87.8. Patrick Johnson was just 4 snaps, 81.2. Bobby Okereke, 75. This might even be his best game of the season. Let me see. I mean, he is not. Yeah, he hasn't had another game all season in the 70s. I mean, against Seattle, he graded out of 47. Week 1, he get 55. I mean, he's not. I mean, he has. I mean, according to PFF, once again, it's all going by. He has grand total 23 tackles. But I mean, I know last year he graded out a lot better. Now I'm not sure if it's a different system that's what's causing the issues here or what, but he hasn't been like lights out like he has been, like he was last year. Andrew Phillips, there you go, 36 snaps. They bumped him up a little bit. He played 24 snaps or 20. That's what did he do? 23 snaps. It's another great area in the set. I mean, his run defense 81.6. 70 tackling 78.6. His coverage rate 69.5. Just a phenomenal. I mean, I'll tell you what, boy. A 3rd-round pick. Man, what a pick. What a pick. 36 snaps, 74.5. Nacho, 41 snaps, 73.4. Sexy Dexy, 45 snaps, 71.2. Elijah Chapman was in there for 13 snaps, 69.8. Azeez Ojulari, 67.2. As I said, I have no idea How we graded out a 62.1 as a pass rushing grade. Guy had 19 sacks in the one game. Let's give him a 62. Guy had 6 pressures. Give him a 3. It wasn't that good. What's that? He had 13 sacks. So what? What'd he do? Give the guy a 3. I don't know. Some of this stuff is just a Boogie Basham, 64.9. Dane Belton, just in there for 4 snaps, 63.9. Deonte Banks, 52 snaps, 63.9. Isaiah Simmons, good. At least he got on the freaking field. Of course, unfortunately, the one play he was on the field was, I think he was supposed to be spying Burrow. He got caught inside or whatever, and Burrow, he couldn't even catch him. He was gaining on him, but, if Burrow had like another 10 yards, he probably would have caught him, might have caught him, but he was gaining on him, but, Jordan Riley was in there for 4 snaps, 61.9. Tyler Newman, 53 snaps. He was in there for every snap, 59.2. What is that? 86.9. He's tackling, 86.9. Nice. 7, according to PFF, he had 7 tackles. Nice job. Dory Jackson was in there for 10 snaps, 53. Jason Pinnock was in there for 49 snaps, 51.9. Cordell Flatt, 42 snaps, 49.5. DJ Davidson was in there for 21 snaps, 43.7. Mike McFadden, 41 snaps, 38.6. And we got Darius Muasau was in there for 2 snaps, 27.4. But you see what I'm saying is that you usually what you want to have, you have somebody in the 20s, somebody in the 30s, somebody in the 40s, right? And then you got somebody all the way up at the top here, like in the 80s, a couple of 80s and stuff like that. But the offense, we had from 51 like to 73, which is very rare. You don't have the big, huge disparity on the offensive side. So all right. So I mean, the defense did work. I mean, you can't complain at all about the defense. The defense, did a very good job. Very, very good job. And I was saying in the beginning of the video is that I said, maybe Azeez Ojulari might go, after this season's over with. But there's no huge hits to starters that we have. I said Azeez Ojulari, backup edge rusher. It'd be nice if we can maybe keep him. I mean, I'm sure he'll garner some attention on the open market, but ain't nobody paying him unless he just starts going off on some of these games and he winds up racking up a whole bunch of sacks. But there's, Jason Pinnock, it might be like the big, as far as our starters go. Maybe, hopefully we can maybe bring him back. That would be fantastic, but we'll have to wait and see. But, that's down the road. But for the most part, most of the guys that are on the defense right now will be back next year. And if, knock on wood, if Shane and Dable are back, Bowen will be back. His same system. We'll have the same guys with the same system. So we're leading the league in sacks. Now, of course, that may not carry on because everybody just keeps getting injured. But, we're leading the league in sacks. We're doing a very good job. I said, if you look at the points we're giving up, we gave up 21 points. The thing was a little disappointing to the Commanders is that we couldn't stop them. Didn't let them get in the end zone, but they did kick 842 field goals against us. So that was a little, we only gave up 21 points to the Vikings, right? Because the one was a pick 6. Thank you, Daniel Jones, right? Gave up 17 points here. Gave up 20 points to the Seahawks, but actually the defense only gave up 13 points. Thank you, Eric Gray. 102-yard fumble run back, so you only gave like 13 points. There was a 15 to the Browns. I have not given up over 21 points in the game. Defense. Pretty damn good. Yeah, pretty damn good. Of course, the problem is that we're only averaging 15 points a game. So once again, we're averaging like 15 points a game the way we've been the past few years. So you're not winning those Super Bowls. You're not making no playoffs, averaging 15 points a game. Not happening. So, all right. There we got the special team grades. That's once again, this is one of those things that just, I don't know, just kind of scratched my head about. This guy right here misses like 2 field goals. And I don't know. They gave the guy like a 60. I don't quite understand it. Defensive, offensive teams. Oh, and way down at the bottom. There we go. And once again, there's a ton of guys on special teams. Casey Crider. You usually have like about 1 million guys on special teams that grade out like a 60. Hey, now you got what? This guy here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You had 14 guys that graded out at a 60. That's like a very common grade for special teams, especially when guys only play just a few snaps. But look up here at the top, Casey Crider. That was in there for 7 snaps, graded out at a 90. Right? Turbo Miller was in there for 7 snaps. What was he at? 3 on punt return and 4 on punt coverage, graded out 73.7. Matthew Adams, right, came back from injured reserve, 19 snaps. Wow. Played basically every special team snap he was on. 67.6. Nick McLeod, right, 14 snaps, 67.3. Ty Summers, 13 snaps, 66.1. Dane Belton, he didn't play a lot on the defense, but he was featured quite a bit on special teams. Dane Belton, 19 snaps, 65.9. Anthony Johnson Jr., 8 snaps, 63.4. Tyler Newman, 8 snaps, 62.1. He was on Tyler Newman was on kick coverage and punt return. DJ Davidson was 9 snaps, graded at 61.9. And Isaiah Simmons, the star of the Seattle game, was in there for 9 snaps, 61.7. I said, then you got, you got all these guys, Flott, Runyon, Micah McFadden, Van Roten, Hawk, Eluemunor, Theo Johnson, Azudu, Smith Marset, Aaron Stinney, Nunez, Roches, Bobby Okereke. Even had him on three snaps. Then, as I said, the thing here is just Joseph misses 2 field goals. They gave him a 32.7 on field goals. Yeah. But I don't know how you can take a 32.7 and a 60 on kickoffs and give the guy a 60. I don't understand that. It makes no sense at all to me. You almost, I would say totally blew the game. But, and to give the guy a 60, I really don't understand that. Dory Jackson was in there for 5, Eric Gray. Then you get the guys, down in the upper 50s. So, nobody did an absolute horrible job. They just had Patrick Johnson was in there for 19. He graded out at the worst, 47.8. So it was nothing super horrible. As I said, if you see the team grades, right, the overall team grades, the Giants rank up there, really high on special teams, which was not the case last season. Last season, we were not real good. And you figure we grade now pretty good on special teams, and we don't have our punter in there, and we don't have our Mr. Automatic Graham Gano in there either. Unfortunately, it's like, once again, the injuries are creeping in. Just getting you, just getting us. It's just, That's why a lot of times like listen to Bob Papa. It's not always like who you play; it's when you play them. When are you playing these teams? Are you playing, the beginning of the season when they're healthy? You play them at the end of the season when they're all banged up. In the middle, when are you playing them? Are you playing them just before their bye when they're banged up? You're playing them after the bye, so it's, unfortunately, every week that goes by, of course, guys are going to get injured. It is what it is. But, when you start losing some of your big-time guys, we lost our number one wide receiver. We lost one of our two big edge rushers. We also lost. We had Newman out for a while. A couple of our cornerbacks, but Burnsy's banged up. Now our left tackle might be out for the rest of the season. It is what it is. It's just so painful. I look at it as like in the beginning of the turn of the century here. The Giants really started, around 2000. Obviously, they went, even in 1999, they did pretty good. But it started 2000, obviously, they went to the Super Bowl. It's like the first 11, 12 years of this century, really pretty good. The last 12 have just been painful, absolutely painful. And it's a shame because the Eagles are a beatable team. They're a beatable team. That's not the team that went to the Super Bowl. This, that, the other thing. They are a beatable team. They're not. They're good, but they're a beatable team. And unfortunately, we're not going to have our best guys out there. Hopefully, if we get Malik back, that'll be out. Maybe we get Motor back. Maybe we get Malik back. That would be huge. But it's like every time we get one or two of our real good guys back, we lose one or two of our real good guys. So unfortunately, that's the way it is. All right, guys, it's been 57 minutes. Whoever spent any time at all listening to me live, thank you. Or if anybody's going to spend any time watching the replay this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. And as always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.